Hello everybody, my name is Jordan, I'm a music teacher, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the hard part of For Elise. We had a part 1, which was going through the first part of For Elise, the main theme. So that's on my channel, if you want to go check it out, subscribe while you're there, leave a comment. So that's like the main theme of the piece that everybody learns, but then we get into this really challenging, which is really intimidating for a lot of people, and for good reason. The first part of the piece is honestly pretty easy compared to this. It does take a big jump in difficulty. So today, I'm just going to talk to you how to approach it, how to practice it, explain some of the ideas we have going on. I recommend pausing the video if there's anything that's really challenging for you. Break it down. There's basically 13 measures right here happening. So yeah, let's just take it one measure at a time as we're going through. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Looking at the first part, if you're looking at the piece, I recommend printing it out and taking notes on a piece of paper or downloading it on your iPad or something, some way that you can keep up. We're going to start at measure 23, where we just ended on this little A thing, which comes out of this. So now instead of repeating back to the beginning, we switch into this, which let's just walk through it. There's 3 beats, and then we land on a downbeat. In the right hand, we're playing C, E, and C with our thumb and pinky. And then we just move our thumb up to F. That easy. And then we move our pinky back down whilst adding a C. And then we just play an F major triad, which is F, A, C. So there's 4 beats total. And if you know much about chord analysis, these first 2 notes are just a C chord that doesn't have a G in there. So we're C, F. We're just playing 2 notes, C, F, we go back to C, and then back to F. So we're just going back and forth. In the left hand, we're just going to be playing C, 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 C. And if you notice in the right hand, our pinky does that too. So this whole thing essentially C, 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 just like that. All we're going to be doing is walking down in the left hand. 2, 3, 4, and then we end on 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. But we play a thumb every time. And on the third beat, we actually play 2 and 4 at the same time. So it's 2, 3, 2 and 4 with the 1, 5. But we just play a 5 by itself. So that's something that you might want to practice just to get used to how it feels. And together. Alright, so what I just did up here is called a grace note. If you're looking at the music, it's going to be measure 24. We have 2 little tiny notes, and it's an F and an A before the C. So the way grace notes work is they're just attached to it, but C is still the downbeat. It doesn't sound like this. It sounds like this. Subtle difference, but all we're going to do is, and a good way to do it at first is just play the whole chord with the F and then practice doing this slowly until you just drop them all at the same time. But our goal is to land the F with the C like that. And you can just practice doing it slow until it sounds seamless. So all together, and then we're ready to get into it. Let's talk about the left hand pattern. For pretty much the whole piece, we do this, and it's just in a triad. Finger 5, finger 3, finger 1, and we're playing F, A, C, just like that. And we're gonna go 5, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 5, and that takes us to the next measure. We're playing 16th notes here, and there's going to be 6 of them in every measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, and we're just going to count it like that. And then the next pattern, I'll go ahead and show it to you. Playing an F major chord, then we switch to a B flat second inversion chord, which is going to be F, B flat, D. So if you think about it, our pinky stays put. We just flex up the fingers 2 and our thumb. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then just end on an F. Let's talk about this melody. We play it this, and then we're actually going to move up to an F, and I play it with finger 4, but you could play it with finger 3. It doesn't matter. You can play it with finger 5. And all we're doing is F, E, D. So this is a little bit tricky. We have a dotted 16th note to a 32nd note. The way I count that using Takadimi, and I also have a video series talking all about Takadimi and how to count rhythms doing this. It helps so much. It's going to sound like this. Takadimi, ta-di, Takadimi, ta-di. But since that is a hard rhythm to count, just realize that that E is kind of attached to the next E, and we play it in between this A and this F at the very end of the measure, starting the next measure. So it will sound like this. See how that fits together? So you can actually not know much about music theory and just copy how it sounds. Think about how it feels. Listen one time slowly. And then we just land together. Whoops. And that's how it goes together. Notice 16th notes versus 8th notes. So there's 2 notes in the left hand for every 1 note in the right hand. And then we do the same pattern again, all the way up here on B flat, A, like that. And this one has to be finger 4, which is I think why I do finger 4 here, because then we do the same thing up here. So B flat has to be here. And then we go A. So let's try all that together. And 4, 3, 3. And then we land here on F. For this next part, you'll notice we have 6 16th notes in a row, and then we have the B flat on the downbeat. And this is in measure 4, 5, 26. We're going to go 3, 2, 1, starting on A. 3, 2, 1. Cross 3 over. We do 3, 2, 1 again, and then cross 3 over again. It's easy to remember, we're just crossing 3 over. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2. And if you want to finish the phrase, we just end on a 2. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2. In the left hand, at first, we're playing a 7th right here. F. Just practice doing that. F, E, F, E, F. The reason I called it a 7th is because it's 7 notes away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Notice that these line up exactly with these notes. Just like that. Here's the cool part. You'll notice there are extra notes in this hand. We're going to add that in a second. But this is a cool, challenging technique part for our articulation for our hands. We want to make the right hand really smooth and almost singing out above the left hand. With stuff like this, I'm not a singer. You don't have to be a singer. If someone was to play this line on a violin and just use one bow stroke, or if they played it on a trumpet and just use one breath, it would sound, or if a singer was to sing it. So this is why sometimes I sing my melodies while I play, just to understand how it feels. I'm going to sing it down here. So feeling how it feels in one breath. I'm not a singer, like I said. You don't have to be. Just to have that feeling of how it sounds. So the difference is this hand, it's not staccato, but it's also not legato. Staccato would be bop, 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 bop. But we're also not playing do, 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 do. We're just separating it. Bum, 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 bum. Versus the... Hear the juxtaposition there of this smooth versus this kind of disconnected. Oh, really cool. So let's add in those extra notes. It's going to be an F, G, B flat. And I play the G with my finger 3, just because when I play it with my finger 4, like it feels like it should be, it just doesn't feel as natural. For the way my hand is shaped, my finger 4 just gets omitted, you can see. So do it however you're comfortable. It starts with an F, and then we play the full chord, and then we end on F. And then from the top, it's going to sound like this. Cool. This next part, it's kind of tricky, but it doesn't have to be. We're going to go B, A, and then there's another graze note right here, 2 and A. Let's just talk about that much. And this happens on beat 3. So we go 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Like that. 1 and 2 and 3. With the left hand, ooh, we're back to our F major chord where we started. So it goes 1, 2, 3. We're going to play this A with our C and our thumb right on beat 3. 1 and 2 and 3. That's the first step. Just practice that a million times. When I say a million, I mean like actually like 10 to 15. Do it until it's muscle memory. Where it's, you don't have to think about it all. You can have a conversation while playing it. And then this next part, let's end on the, let me see. And let's end on A's together. This will be a great spot. And this is on the and of beat 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Notice we just go 3, 2, 1, 2, and that's where we're stopping. So our first practice point was this. Now our second practice point, whoops, we're ending on A's. Really slow, it sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and then from there, we're just going to walk up to the B flat, and we end with a C and an F at the same time. And that's our third practice point. Just like that, you have that whole measure. Good, so up to this point, and this would be a good spot to rest before going on to the next part. If you're just learning this, maybe spend the first week just on this part, and then you can go to the next part, because it does change a little bit after this. Good. So here, we're staying on this little F chord in the left hand, but instead of going down to the F at the end, we go to an E. E. And in the right hand on beat 3, we do this little chromatic walk up where we go D, E, F, D, D sharp, E, and do this with fingers 2, 3, 4. The reason for that, look ahead. The highest note we go to in this part of the phrase is an F, so we have our pinky ready to play the F. Whoops, there it is. So we're gonna go 2, 3, 4 in this little chromatic walk up. The way it feels together, we just ended right here. 3 and 4. We land on E's together. I apologize. So it sounds like this. Our pinky starts on the C. Awesome. Here we're gonna do the same thing. It's like an A minor first inversion. E, A, C, like that. And then we play that 3 beats. 1 and 2, like that. 1, 2, 3. And then we're gonna play an A with another E. Bump, like that. 1, 2, 3, and 1 and 2, and then we're gonna go up to an F with our pinky. We're gonna play a D octave in the left hand with that. So 2 Ds. We're gonna play an A with an F like that. So you'll notice that this is just like a D minor chord. All this fits a D minor description. If you want to know what the chord progression here is, we go from an A minor to a D minor, then we go to a G dominant 7, and then we end on a C. So that whole thing again, we're on the A minor chord. This part is really tough, honestly. And then we play an A with an F, and then we land with a G and a C. So now we're on to this part. In the left hand, we go G, E, G, F, and the way we play it, we play our finger 2 to thumb, pinky, thumb. We play a C and an E at the end. So 2, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, end on the C. And in this hand, we land on the C, and then we go D, B, C, and it sounds like this together. We're just holding down that C. We'll have finger 2 on there. 2, 3, 1, 2, like that. And it sounds like this. 1, 2. We land on this nice C chord. Now we're into the really challenging part. So let's talk about how this goes. We're gonna land with our 2 on C, and we're gonna go 2, 5 on a G. 2, 5, 1, and then we're down here to a G. And notice we're just walking up till we get back to C, and our thumb plays all these notes while we're going up to a G in this with our pinky. And just like that. And then we're going to play a D with a G, and then end on E. We're going to cross under and play an E with our thumb. 1, so it's 2, 1, A, B, C, D, E. Here, we're going to play an E, or just C major chord. E, G, C. We're just going to walk up, and then walk down to F. Skip up, step down to F. G, C, B, A, G, F. Cross finger 3 over, 3, 2, and then it goes. We just play 3, 2, and this part's particularly important. So before I teach you the last little bit, let's just review the whole thing. 2, 1, step down, 3, 2. Now we, in the C position right here, we're just gonna do 5, 4, 2, 1. Here we repeat the pattern. So remember, 5, 4, 2, 1. Remember, 5, 4, 2, 1. That's really important. 5, 4, 2, 1. So let's talk about the whole thing now. 5, 4, 2, 1. From here, we repeat the whole pattern. Now remember, 5, 4, 2, 3. We step up. And that's the only difference. So the first time, 5, 4, 2, 1. The second time, 5, 4, 2, 3. Go up to it. So the whole thing. Boom, just like that. The left hand. We're going to play this. Notice it switches to a treble clef as soon as we play the middle C and the E. We're going to go F, with a G. We play G each time, and we're gonna go F with a G, E with a G, D, F, G, and then a C major chord. And that is gonna start whenever we play B, and it's gonna be with all of our lower notes. So not with the top G, with the lower notes, and it sounds like this together. And that's a great thing to practice first. Take it so slowly. I mean, until it feels comfortable for you, and then you can bring the speed up. Just like that. So this next part, whenever we skip under, whenever we play the, let's see. This is when the first chord comes in on the A, and we're going to go all the way down here. We're going to play an F and an A. The fingering's not that important. Whatever fingers are comfortable for you. And then when we play the D, we're going to step up to a G and a B, and then 5, 4, 2, 1. We just play C's together. That easy. The whole thing. F, G. Good. The second time when we repeat it, the only thing we do different, instead of going to a C, we're just going to take this G and B, go up to a G sharp and a B. So listen to the whole thing, and you got it. Oh no. So yeah, just listen to the whole thing and you got this. So we're going to start with really slowly. F. 5, 4, 2, 5, 4, 2, 1. And the second time we have the different ending. 5, 4, 5, 4, 2, 3, and then we step up to this. So that's as far as we're going to go today. In the next episode, I'll talk about how all of this ties together. So we go into this weird little expression thing right here. And then we're back into the main part of the piece, which repeats the same way as we did at the beginning, but with no repeats. And then we're into the third section, which is what I'm going to teach you in the next one, where we do the, well, let me find it so I can play it. There we go. That's where my page ends, but that part is a lot of fun to play through. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, just take through these sections, work through it slowly. This is the kind of thing that you might, and whenever I'm learning challenging pieces for me, I'll just watch a YouTube video, someone else doing it, and I'll just watch a little bit and say, oh, this is something that I can take and use for my own style of playing. And then I might find myself coming back to that video later. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's helpful. Leave a comment, tell me what you think, and I will see you guys next time.